Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Limpe Mishum. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 27th of July. Militant attack on police station in India's northern Punjab kills at least 9. Afghan Taliban likely to announce ceasefire during second round of talks. And Maldives President Yameen slams foreign interference in domestic affairs. And now for all the details. India has been put on high alert in the aftermath of suspected terror attack in its northern Punjab province on Monday. At least 9 people, including 2 attackers, were killed in the incident.
Security across the international borders of Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir was stepped up following the attack early on Monday. The attackers, who reportedly hijacked a car, opened fire at people at a bus depot before storming into a police station. According to sources, the unidentified assailants wore military uniforms and also included a woman. Security forces launched a counter-operation after the gunmen took refuge in a nearby house. Live explosives were also later recovered from a railway track in the city. Police said there was no hostage situation.
No hostage. No hostage. We have verified. No hostage.
The federal government confirmed that the situation has been brought under control.
Situation is under control. Don't worry. Forces have already moved there.
Singh also confirmed that more troops have been deployed in the border areas.
डायरेक्टर जनरल बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स को भी मैंने कहा है कि पूरी सीमाओं पर जो है अपनी फोर्स को पूरी तरह से अलर्ट कर दिया जाए.
Even though the identity of the attackers is yet to be asserted, police believe they entered India from Pakistan through Jammu and Kashmir. Indian Army had recently warned of infiltration attempts through the region by militants from across the border. Following Monday's attack, the Indian Parliament was also put on high alert to avoid any untoward incident at the centre of power in capital New Delhi.
The Afghan Taliban has reportedly agreed to a ceasefire with the government ahead of the second round of talks. The representatives from both sides are expected to meet in Pakistan in the coming days.
Putting a rest to the earlier claims, new reports from Pakistan have suggested that the second run of peace talks will be held in the country itself. There were contradictory reports last week that the two sides were planning to meet in China. Though both the Afghan government and the Taliban have not confirmed the date, according to some Pakistani media reports, the second round of face-to-face talks could happen as early as this week. Pakistan Foreign Ministry had also facilitated the first ever engagement between the two during the meeting in Islamabad earlier this month. The Taliban, which has reportedly demanded the formation of a united national government with its participation, is eyeing a comeback to mainstream politics after being ousted from power in 2001. As the peace process is gathering momentum, there is a newfound optimism among locals who hope to see an end to the decade-long conflicts and bloodshed.
اگر باشه بسیار یک پروسه خوب است و خود ما باعث یک صفت یک جوان آرزوی من اینمی است که صلح باشه و ما در کشور خود آزادانه گشته بتونم. حتی ما خود ما نمیتونم که از شهر کابل داخل شهر کابل بعد از اذان شام بگردیم.
However, many were still concerned about the future of girls' education and women's rights in the country, which has seen considerable progress in the recent years. The hardline Taliban regime had imposed strict restrictions on their education and freedom during its rule.
و بالخصوص در دوران خود طالبان که بودن خانم‌ها از خانه نبر آمدن بالاخره حقوقشون پایمال بود و خانم‌ها یک نقش بسیار اساسی در جامعه دارن که فعلا دوش مردها به اون لحاظ اگر اینا خواستاشون به این رقم باشه که خانم‌ها مثلا دستشان از کار گرفته شود از امور دولتی است تماما او کامیاب شدنی نیست و نمیشه و نمیخواین.
President Ashraf Ghani is trying to finally put an end to the raging conflict with the insurgents, which has claimed thousands of lives through the years, something his predecessor Hamid Karzai couldn't achieve. President Ghani has also chosen a more open-hearted approach towards the Taliban in place of the confrontational style of Karzai.
The prosecution team in Bangladesh has pressed charges against 12 people, including a former lawmaker, for crimes against humanity. Shakwat Hussain, who was the leader of the JAMAAT-E-ISLAMI, along with his associates, were accused of murders and rapes during the Bangladesh Liberation War. Hussain was arrested in November 2014 after the ICT issued a warrant against him. The court will now take up his case in September. Bangladesh, which became independent from Pakistan in 1971, had witnessed mass genocides and crimes against humanity by Pakistan Army and its local collaborators. Nepal has started efforts to review the public feedback for drafting its new constitution. The nation is moving closer towards having a new charter to end the prolonged political deadlock.
Efforts to promulgate a new constitution to end years of political unrest have started in Nepal. A meeting held on Sunday of senior leaders from the Nepali Congress, Communist Party of Nepal UML, the UCPN Maoist and Madheshi Janadhikar Forum, Loktantrik, assigned 4 chief whips to sort out public inputs on the new constitution draft. Nepalese at home and abroad are also said to have registered their suggestions, contrary to some key provisions in the draft. While many suggested for a directly elected executive head against the proposal of Haas elected Prime Minister, others called for equal citizenship rights for males and females, fewer provinces than the agreed 8, and religious freedom instead of secularism. The chief whips have been tasked to prepare a precise report so that genuine suggestions could be incorporated in the charter. This comes as Prime Minister Sushil Koirala promised to adopt a new constitution at the earliest after taking feedback from the public to end the prolonged political instability in the country. Once adopted, it will replace the interim constitution of 2007.
Maldivian President Abdullah Yameen has slammed foreign interference in the domestic affairs of his country. International pressure has been mounting on the Yameen government over the trial process of former President Mohammad Nasheed.
President Abdullah Yameen condemned the alleged efforts by foreign elements to undermine the country's sovereignty. Addressing the nation on the 50th Independence Day on Sunday, Yameen warned that the threats from outside are more dangerous than those from within. We are disappointed that some countries and indeed some prominent bodies within these countries have seen it fit to interfere in domestic affairs in Maldives while taking the liberty to question judicial independence and integrity and condemning us for not supporting certain norms and ideologies that are entirely alien to our culture, our faith, our traditions, he said. The Yameen government has been facing international criticism for deteriorating human rights situation in Maldives vis-à-vis the trial process of former President Mohammad Nasheed, who is incarcerated on terrorism charges. While world bodies like United Nations and Amnesty International have flagged the administration for denying fair trial to Nasheed, others like the UK and EU have also called for his release.
Days after a faction of the Afghan Taliban claimed that its supreme leader Mullah Omar was killed 2 years ago, the militia is reportedly looking for his successor. According to local media reports, Omar's eldest son, Mullah Muhammad Yaqub, is being considered to replace his father. 26-year-old Yaqub is a graduate from a religious seminary in Pakistan's commercial hub Karachi. Omar was reportedly killed by 2 senior commanders of the Taliban. Even though the militia has not made any statement on the development, Omar has not been seen in public for nearly 10 years now. Many also expressed doubts of the legitimacy of his recent Eid message, where he endorsed the peace talks with the government, which was a paradigm shift from his original stand. It was no less than a scene right from a reality cooking show. After fighting it out on the edge, it was a sweet success for the winners, quite literally. Take a look at this competition.
With the abundance of icing cream and sugar coatings, contestants kept glued to their cooking counters to carve out their best creations. The Pastry Queen India Championship saw 8 participants vying for the title at a pastry school in the outskirts of capital New Delhi over the weekend. With the theme of Art of Dance, the competition was judged by a jury of 3 eminent chefs to select the winner, who will go on to represent India at the international contest to be held in Italy early next year. Over 2 days, the challengers were required to create a sugar showpiece including pastelage, chocolate-based cake, coffee dessert, a petit gâteau and a tart.
हमारे यहाँ कुछ कारणों से जो एग्जेक्टिव शेफ्स हैं वो तो लाइमलाइट में आ जाते हैं, मगर हमारे यहाँ पेस्ट्री शेफ जो है वो रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं हो पाते हैं। तो ये प्रतियोगिता हमने इसलिए करी थी कि हम अपने भारत देश को एक इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड प्लेटफॉर्म पे लाएं जहां हमारे लेडी पेस्ट्री शेफ को एक रिकॉग्निशन मिले।
And that's not all. A bakery fair in southern Coimbatore added to the hobby of pastry making that has gained ground of late. The 3-day event, called the Bakers Technology Fair 2015, aimed at creating awareness about latest technology in the baking industry among confectionery lovers. Hundreds of bakers from Tamil Nadu and neighbouring provinces participated in the fair.
The idea of this fair is a one-stop shop for bakers to come and look at the latest technology in the bakery. When I mean technology means technology in machinery, technology in raw materials, technology in processing. All these things is being displayed in one place.
Cake making and bakery business is gaining ground in India, as fondant cakes with edible figurines are getting popular among cake lovers. Many believe Indian bakers have the advantage of fusing local ingredients and flavors in their bakery innovations. With several international patisseries and chocolatiers also holding workshops here, experts believe the bakery industry in India is only set to grow in the next 10 years.
Bollywood is set to play with the minds of its viewers, and if the biggest stars add to the thrill, it only gets more intriguing. Take a look at this upcoming film.
The towering presence of Amitabh Bachchan, the villainous play of Neel Nitin Mukesh, the svelte Aditi Rao Haidari and a captivating chase headed by Farhan Akhtar. Wazir, which has created enough buzz for its thrilling first look, was promoted by its cast and crew in entertainment capital Mumbai. Bachchan and Akhtar also had director Bijoy Nambiar and producer Vidhu Vinod Chopra by their side. Nambiar said it was a great experience directing such Bollywood stalwarts.
Like I said, I had to keep that out completely. I had to forget the fact that I'm directing Mr. Bachchan and forget the fact that I'm directing another director that is Farhan here, right here. So because ultimately I just had to make the characters work. I had to do justice to the script that Mr. Chopra and Abhijat had written for years.
Chopra added that the movie was a result of the cooperative work of the entire cast.
Filmmaking is a cooperative workforce based on individual human talent. तो individually हम सब talented हैं, लेकिन finally वजीर जो है वो cooperative workforce है.
आपको कुछ नहीं होगा पंडित जी, वादा करता हूँ.
Wazir is a tale of two unlikely friends, wheelchair-bound chess master Omkar Nath and an anti-terrorist squad officer Danish Ali. Brought together by grief and a strange twist of fate, the two men decide to help each other win the biggest games of their lives, where one tries to decipher the story of the other's death through the moves in the game. But there's a mysterious, dangerous opponent lurking in the shadows who is all set to give them a checkmate. The political thriller opens in September and also stars John Ibrahim in a cameo.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. Militant attack on police station in India's northern Punjab kills at least 9. Afghan Taliban likely to announce ceasefire during second round of talks. And Maldives President Yameen slams foreign interference in domestic affairs. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.